We do see a learning gap between low-income students and high-income students. Now, despite everyone's efforts over past decades to reduce that achievement gap, we still see it persist. And so low-income students are scoring significantly lower than their higher-income peers. And we see that on both state assessments and national assessments.
Indeed, if we look at results of national tests of both math and English language arts, we see that almost half of low-income students are scoring at the below basic level. And that compares to about 10% of their higher income peers. And we see that trend in 4th grade and in 8th grade. And so we worry about low-income kids. We worry not just about their test scores, but we know that if they're scoring at the below basic level in 8th grade, they're less likely to graduate from high school and therefore less likely to be successful in the workforce as well.
Students do lose knowledge and skills during the summer months. And in fact, kids end up coming back in the fall about a month behind where they left off in the spring. But what we find is that not all students have average losses. And in fact, in math, almost all kids lose a little bit, but in reading in particular, low-income students fall disproportionately behind. And so low-income students fall behind in reading, while their middle and upper-income peers may even gain skills in reading. And over time, those summer losses are cumulative. Yes, summer programs can, in fact, help stem summer learning loss. And research has found that a number of summer programs can be effective if they are high quality and if students attend.
There are several things that districts can do to encourage students to attend summer learning programs. And the first set of things fall into the reducing structural barriers category. So parents prefer full-day programs, so offering full-day summer learning programs, providing transportation to and from the program, and also providing the programs either for free or at a very, very low cost. And perhaps the most significant way to get kids to attend once you've reduced those structural barriers is to offer an exciting program for them. So most kids don't want to just come for the math or for the English language arts. So a lot of districts offer enrichment activities as well. So the kids might be learning math and doing reading in the morning, but in the afternoon they're going swimming, they're going on a field trip somewhere, they're learning how to fence or kayak or canoe. Lots of different enrichment opportunities are offered by these districts, and that can be a powerful motivator to get kids to enroll in the first place and then continue to attend every day. You would think, given the benefits that these summer learning programs can have for kids, that all schools or all districts would provide them. But in fact, they don't. And there are 3 main obstacles to launching a summer learning program or scaling or sustaining them. And the most significant is their cost. So although our research has shown that it's less expensive to educate a student during the summer than during the school year, it's still a significant cost, and it's an additional cost for districts. And another obstacle is getting the kids to attend. As Jennifer said, students have to attend these programs in order to reap the benefits. So convincing parents and students to come to school during the summer isn't always an easy sell, and getting them to attend regularly as well is important. And the third obstacle is that even though we know from the research that these programs have the potential to be effective, superintendents don't always know that that will be the case in their district, that locally these programs will benefit their kids. We do include recommendations for policymakers in the report, and probably the most important one is to continue to fund these programs, to continue to invest in them, and support sources of funding that districts draw on to fund the programs, and that includes Title I and also the 21st Century programs. There are other sources of funding that are allowable for summer learning programs. And so another recommendation we have in the report is for someone, perhaps at the state level, to help districts interpret these funding sources. We know, for example, that there are over 100 federal funding sources that can support summer learning programs, but they all have different stipulations, different regulations. Some can't be used in concert with others, and districts are really struggling to braid these sources of funding together. And the funding flows through the states, so someone at the state level should be able to help districts figure out what's allowable, under what situations, and in what contexts costs. Money is out there, but it's not easy for the districts to access on their own. So they really need more guidance in what funding sources they could be drawing on for these programs.